The council has decided. They want to see a follow-up video on the Watcher YouTube channel, and I've got a great story for that. Again, from my booger reading days. So when I was in kindergarten, and I remember this so well because it's a core memory, even though it's from such a long time ago. I used to have this friend that I hung out a lot with. We were always together in the school playground. Our mothers even let us hang out in each other's houses to have lunch, play games, play with Lego and Bionicle. We did stuff that 5-year-old children do. Bionicle's goated, by the way. This kid had the entire collection of Toa Metro, and I was so goddamn jealous because I only had the red and green one. Anyway, that's besides the point of the story. We were just inseparable little children. The problem is that I was a little bit of a mischievous child. What do I mean by that? Well, I may have had a few screws loose, might have stuffed too many crayons in my nose, so I was not completely 100% in the head. So to me, looking back on it now, I think that I was a bad friend to this kid. When we played together, I always wanted to win, no matter what. Like we could have been playing in this house with these toys, and I was losing at whatever game we were playing, but somehow I'd always find a way to come up with a Deus Ex Machina moment to instantly win. For example, we could be playing Monopoly and he had all of the houses, all of the Monopoly money. So I'd cross the starting line and come up with the rule that whenever I crossed it, he'd have to give me half of his possessions and all of his money. So we complied and I'd end up winning. I would also ask for his food during lunch snack breaks. You see, I wasn't a fat kid. I was born with a Minecraft skeleton build disease, and no matter what I ate, I wouldn't get any fatter. But my mom would always give me the shittiest snacks. Everyone on the playground came to school with Cheetos, Oreos, Kit Kats, and Twinkies. And what did I get? I got a freaking cheese and ham sandwich! To make matters worse, the bread was 2 days old with the consistency of drywall, and the cheese smelled bad from sitting the entire day on my backpack. So I had always phantom text this friend for a little of his sweet, sweet snacks, since my mother refused to pack me with anything with a sugar label on it. I swear, I cried myself to sleep every night because everyone else got snacks and all I got was a sandwich that looked like cardboard. If up until this point you thought that my behavior as a child was not that bad, and I was just a regular kid, this was the least of my displays of bad friendship. You see, I was building up tension this whole time. By now, you're busting at the seams to know what I did to my friend that made me so bad. Well, to me, at least it did. So one day, for some reason that I don't remember, I was really mad. So to let some steam off, I start molding at him. So this kid would never say goodbye to me at the end of the school day. And I didn't really care. But on that day, I just wanted to lash out at him. And this was the excuse I found, so I did it. I don't want us to be friends anymore. I don't like you. You're a bad friend. You never come and say goodbye to me whenever your mom comes to pick you up, so you're no longer friends. And little bro cried a lot. He said that he'd start saying goodbye every time, and he didn't want to lose me as a friend. It might look like a dumb argument and a reason to be mad at him, because it was, but I was a goddamn 5-year-old toddler. At that age, I thought that my pee-pee was only used for peeing and that girls were nasty. Anyway, we are coming to the end of the day. Moms and dads are starting to arrive at school to pick their children. When suddenly, I start hearing screaming for my name from behind me. Really, really happy screaming, like cheering. So I start slowly turning around and looking for whoever was screaming at my name, when I suddenly see my friend full on sprinting towards my direction with his arms wide open. You know that scene from One Punch Man when Saitama's fighting Sonic and he accidentally punches him in the balls? Exact same scene. This guy comes full on sprinting towards me, 30 miles per hour. He jumps 7 feet in the air to hug me, and all I do is slowly raise my fist. I even saw the entire scene playing out in slow motion. Time started ticking slower. Tick, tock, tick, tock. The next thing I remember seeing is my friend on the ground crying and holding on to his smashed eggs, and everyone surrounding us. Kids, teachers, parents, and the school principal asking me, "Why would you do such a thing? You insolent brat!" I moved by instinct, I thought. I still don't know if I moved by instinct or I did it on purpose, because while everything played so slowly in my eyes, it's almost as if my brain didn't work. Regardless of excuses, I hurt my friend really, really bad after I asked him to start saying goodbye to me. So not only did I ask for him to change his behavior, but I also punished him after he did so, which was a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. Anyway, the next day, I had to apologize to him in front of my teacher, the principal, my mother, and his mother. Sorry, I made you change your behavior. Sorry, I punched you in the nuts. I promise I won't do it again. And our friendship continued, but, and a very important but, for a while, there was some tension between us and our mothers. We didn't hang out as much at each other's houses. It was more worry around me. No more phantom texts for a while. And rightfully so. A simple sorry was just a word. For the next month, I had to prove myself as a trustworthy kid who was reformed from punching other kids' nuts. Just like how I apologized to my friend and his parents on that day, these YouTubers also apologized to their audience, something that not a lot of YouTubers do. Well, when YouTubers mess up, they generally pull out the apology couch and start yapping and giving excuses on why they did and what they did, and barely even recognize that they fucked up and give half-ass apology videos that everyone on the internet collectively laughs at. In my last video, I covered the Watcher YouTube channel saying goodbye to their audience, spitting on their faces, and advertising for their new streaming platform. Needless to say, that video was a huge blunder. They had 13,000 Patreons, 3 million subscribers, merch, podcast money, and advertisers to keep their business afloat, but they decided to completely leave YouTube to create a streaming platform, completely disrespecting the subscribers and Patreons. A massive middle finger. But surprise, surprise, they've listened! They've pulled out the apology couch, and you instantly know that whenever there are 3 sad, fully grown men sitting on a couch, shit really hit the fan. Knowing that they've worked for BuzzFeed makes it even worse.
Hey everyone, last Friday we announced that we're leaving YouTube and launching our new streaming platform.
We messed up. A lot of you spoke out with extremely valid comments and concerns, and we want to take the time now to address those.
We've been reading the things you've been saying, and we're sorry for the way we handled this, as well as the way we communicated it.
We're sorry for how we originally delivered our goodbye message to YouTube.
Basically, they hit the nail in the head perfectly with this one. They apologized right out of the gate and did something that few other content creators who mess up do. They listen to the community. They are now returning to YouTube, which means that, like Jesus after 3 days, they rose from the dead, resurrected, only to be reborn once again. These are the changes that they made. They will air their episodes on Watcher streaming platform. After 1 month, they'll go free on YouTube. Patrons will be fully refunded if they don't like Watcher anymore, and the ones that still do will get a free Watcher subscription. Yay, big win! They listen to the community. There are still some issues and unaddressed feedback, like people don't mind if production cost is lower. They watch Watcher because of the team's dynamic personality and authenticity, and people also don't care about ads as long as they can watch them and their shows.
When we started Watcher in 2020, we wanted to create shows that we were proud of, that we had ownership over, and that would provide you the caliber of content that we felt you deserved. YouTube.
That's why we decided to launch the platform, so that we as a company could continue, we could pay our staff fairly, and not only continue to make great content for you, but expand with new shows, new voices, all ad-free. And now with the addition of accessible options, this is a decision that we all believe is the best for Watcher.
Well, the guys at Watcher want to make high production content, so they'll still have the Watcher streaming platform for the ultra devout fans, and will put the episodes on YouTube a month later for the ones of us who don't want to spend an extra $6 on yet another streaming platform. All in all, I think that it's a good sacrifice. The audience gets what they want, aka free content. Watcher also gets what they want, aka money! My previous video still stands. The first video, Goodbye YouTube, was extremely greedy. The second one served its purpose as damage control, and it was a good response. They rightfully apologized and compromised a little to appease to their audience. But Shifter, where does that tie into your story? Remember when I said that my friend, for a while, was a little wary of me and my presence? A little bit of trust was broken. Also, a simple sorry didn't fix his balls instantly. For some time, I had to rebuild the trust I had lost through my actions. In the same way, Watcher said that they were sorry. Okay. Logan Paul also said that he was sorry that he scammed his audience in the huge CryptoZoo scam and that he'd give back the money he stole. At the end of the day, we all know that he didn't give a single penny back. A simple apology isn't enough. It's just a start. I'll be here, quietly watching in the background, to see if the guys at Watcher follow through with everything that they've said in the apology video. Only time will tell though. And if you think that saying sorry works, try throwing a glass cup to the floor and see what happens. The pieces don't magically start floating and reassemble the glass cup, did they? Thought so.